As you know, SAP HANA is a high performance analytic in-memory appliance. So when we say that appliance, so it comes with the software is HANA, and then it is delivered in the hardware. Both hardware and software combines, and we call it an appliance. So if you see the business intelligence overview over here, you have different data coming from different source systems. So you have flat files, you have Excel, you have applications, you have XML data. All this data comes in into SAP Business Objects Data Services. Data Services is a product from SAP. It is used for ETL, extract, transformation, and load. Now here, the data that we get from different sources, we apply different transforms, we do data cleansing, and then we load to the target. Now in this case, we can load to SAP Sybase IQ. Now Sybase IQ is the other product from SAP Sybase. Now it's a analytic database, and we have SAP HANA over there. SAP HANA is a in-memory database where all the data is primarily stored on memory, the DRAM. Now SAP BW is another data warehousing solution from SAP. It's called Enterprise Data Warehouse. Enterprise Data Warehouse means it gets data from different source systems, and then you can do reporting on there, or any other traditional databases. Now from there, once you get data from different source systems, and then you import to any of these solutions, you can use BI platform. Now SAP Business Objects BI platform is where it's called as reporting tools. Now you can generate report on these databases. Now Information Steward is another product from Business Objects, which is used for data governance. Now you can, so this is the middleware. Now this is the source system. Now you're basically going to load all the data into data services, which is the middle layer, and see what is HANA. Let's try to understand. So HANA is an in-memory data platform. Now either it can be on cloud or it can be on premises. Now all the data that normally it stores on disk-based RDBMS, but in this case stores in memory DB. In-memory DB. So when we say it is in-memory DB, all the data stores on DRAM, not on disk. Now if you see the SAP HANA the architecture, here you can see SAP NetWeaver Business Spines, SAP Business Object Solutions used for reporting, and then it can directly connect to SAP HANA. Now in here you have Information Composer, which is an end-user modeling tool. End-users basically use Information Composer. You have Planning and Calculation Engine. Now planning, and now you have a product called Integrated Planning, where you do planning-based planning, where the integrated planning is used in BW for planning purpose. Also, you have other product called BPC, Business Planning Consolidation. Now even BPC can be run on HANA. So all the applications, all the that you do in BPC will directly use SAP HANA as its database. Now you can also do real-time replication services. Now we have something called SLT, System Landscape Transformation. Now using SLT you can do real-time loading of data. It uses trigger-based technology to do that, and then you can also use Sybase SRS. So Sybase SRS it uses something called log-based. It directly replicates data, but the difference here is SLT uses for non-SAP as well as SAP. Sybase is optimized. Sybase SRS is optimized to load data from non-SAP systems. Also, you can use the application services HTML5. Now, as you know, HANA is being evolved. So you have different service types in it. SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4, and SP5 is recently released. So in SP5, you can directly you can use JavaScript or HTML5 on SAP HANA. Now you can also use a predictive analysis. Now predictive analysis is to it's a data mining tool where you can analyze big data. Now, in-memory database, as you know, HANA is an in-memory database. You can also do search text, unstructured data. Also, you can have R integrated. You can also have Hadoop. Hadoop is mainly for big data. You can also have data services, which is an again ETL that we have seen here on the top. Data services. It's an ETL tool, but data services uses batch processing to load data. So here you have business suite. Now, business suite is where it's a part of SAP. Now, SAP business suite in the sense it has applications from customer relationship management. You have enterprise resource planning. You have supply chain management. You have product lifecycle management. So all these comes under this suite of applications. And also you can connect third-party applications like if you want to get data from different systems like Oracle or MS SQL. You can either integrate with previous SRS or you can use SAP and get data into SAP HANA in real time. So once you get data in real time, you can also report using business objects, solutions, where you have web intelligence, dashboard designer. So you'll see all those tools in the coming slide. You also have Excel integration. Directly you can use Excel to report on SAP HANA. Now come here to the next slide. Here you can see different offerings that SAP provides, and then you have an architecture on the top where you have SAP HANA platform. You have HANA apps per suite. You have HANA accelerators, Cloud on HANA, BW on HANA, Business One on HANA, Business Suite on HANA, which is recently released. You have HANA new app. So these are the for all these things. So below are the solutions that you have. Now here you can use Business Suite, and then Business Suite data can be used to you can report business objects BI reporting tool from Business Suite. Now from there you have different solutions over here. What are the HANA offerings for this? You have SAP HANA DB, you have Business Objects BI, Visual Intelligence tool, which is again a reporting tool, text and predictive analysis that can be done here. And then you have HANA apps for suite. Here you have sales analysis for retail, liquidity risk management, social sentiment analysis, sales pipeline analysis. Now these are the part of SAP HANA RDS. Now what is RDS? RDS is something called rapid deployment solutions. Now whenever you buy RDS, it has a predefined content. When you start installing RDS, if you start building the application, custom is going to take longer time. But SAP rapid deployment solutions are provided by SAP. You can just install them and you can start using it has reports, it has inbuilt ETL, it has data modeling. So all this, you have universes, which is from Vivo. So all these objects are provided by SAP as a package. You just need to install and then start using them. If any additional customization you have, you can also customize it. But the only thing is the implementation time will get shorter if you use RDS. And then in HANA accelerators, again you have CRM, customer segmentation, of COPA, profitability analysis. So these are the different applications that we have here. And also you have HANA on cloud, you have business intelligence on demand. Now when you use business intelligence on demand, it is basically for reporting. So you are reporting on cloud solutions. Also the other cloud solutions you have sales operation planning, supplier infonet. So all these solutions are on cloud. So what are we trying to analyze here is what are the different applications available on a broader perspective. So you also have a BW on HANA. Now as you know, a BW is an enterprise data warehouse. Previously it was running on Oracle. So what does it mean? It can be run on HANA. Basically improvement of when you try to report, when you are reporting, it improves the reporting performance. Also you have business consolidation on HANA. Now business consolidation is a planning tool. You also have a Business One. Now Business One is a application for small scale businesses. Now you can do reporting as well as Business One can basically balance. It's an OLTP system, but also you can do analytics on the same system. No need to have a different warehouse where you want to get data and then report. Now you could not have an enterprise data warehousing solution, even though you can do reporting on the OLTP systems. Also, you have Business Suite on HANA. Now, Business Suite on HANA is recently released. HANA New Analytics, it is called SAP. SAP is nothing but where you can do OLTP as well as OLAP on a single database. No need to have extract, transformation, and load to different systems. No need to have loading from source to target. You can directly report. You can directly report on the source table, means the OLTP. So previously we used to have two systems. One system for transaction loads, another system for analytical loads. Now, in case of HANA, both can be done on the same system. So here you have different applications like ERP, CRM, SEM, the Business Suite. Now, all these applications directly run on SAP HANA database. So also you can build new apps on HANA. So these are the this is the overall perspective that HANA can support. It can support as a HANA platform. It can support HANA accelerators. HANA can be deployed on cloud. BW can use the HANA as a database. Now Business One on HANA for small scale, Business Suite for large scale customers, and also you can build apps on SAP HANA. So if you see, these are all the different applications, but all of them use HANA DB as common. Here you have HANA DB, you have HANA DB, you have HANA DB. So it is relevant for everyone. Now, people who know BW can go for BW on HANA. People who know Business One can go for Business One on HANA. People who know Business Suite, suppose they know HD. Now, people who are very good in CRM. Now, they can also learn HANA. People who are good at reporting business objects BI, they also have to learn HANA for reporting. So HANA is basically a database. Now all these applications run on HANA database. Now what is HANA database? It is an in-memory solution. It's an in-memory solution. So HANA, whatever you store, and whatever data that you store on HANA, it basically stores on DRAM, not on disk. So you can see here, this is the real-time data platform. Now SAP, moving forward, SAP is going to have a data platform that is real-time. Now in middle, if you have SAP HANA platform. Now you have SAP Sybase, you have Sybase, and SAP Sybase SQL. Now it's also called Anywhere. It is for mobile applications. Now you can have SAP Sybase ASC. ASC is optimized for transaction loads for high availability. SAP Sybase ESP for event stream processing. Now SAP Sybase IQ. It's a column-oriented disk-based database, mainly for reporting on archival of data. This is for mobile. This is to report on archival of data. Sybase ESP. It is basically for complex event stream processing. Whenever events are triggered at the source, those events can be captured in HANA and you can do real-time reporting. And also you have Sybase ASC, which is popular for high availability. It's also an OLTP system. Now down you have SAP Sybase Application Server. It's also called as FRS. Now Sybase Application Server can connect from source to target. Now it can connect to Oracle and then get data to different systems in real time. This is mainly for real time. So how SAP HANA is going to use Sybase Application Server is, now if you have a OLTP system, now you want to get to HANA platform, now you can use Sybase Application Server, get data from different non-SAP systems, pump data into SAP HANA. Now you also have SAP Data Services. As you know, SAP Data Services is mainly an ETL tool which is batch processing. Now it can also do real time, but it is mostly optimized to do ETL processing. Also you have SAP MDG, MDM, master data governance and master data management. Now in order to do master data consolidation, you have this solution over here. So this comes under SAP Smart Data Services platform. Also you have Hadoop. Hadoop is for big data, for unstructured data. Now Hadoop can handle the big data and unstructured data, then push into SAP HANA. Also you have a common modeling called SAP Power Designer. It is to manage enterprise architecture, where you have a uniform modeling tool, and then you have a common landscape management. You can do the management of all these solutions. And then you have SAP NetWeaver on-premise and cloud. As you know, SAP NetWeaver previously it was on-premise, now it can also run on cloud. On the front end, you have SAP Business Suite of applications, SAP Business Warehouse, Enterprise Data Warehousing, SAP Big Data Applications, SAP Analytics, SAP Mobile. Now, SAP Mobile, SAP has its own mobile solution, or it can combine with Business Objects BI mobile solution. Let's come to the next slide. Let us take a look. Now, as you know, day by day there is an increase in data. Data is becoming more and more. If you see 10 years back, we did not have a larger number of records generated in business solutions. Now, if you see, data is being generated. Now, those data, if you try to analyze on relational disks, it is going to take a longer time because disk has a bottleneck over there. Now, whenever you try to access data from a disk, it has to basically it has something called RPM, revolutions per second. Now, based on that RPM, it reads the data and then gives to the memory, and then from memory it has to go to the CPU. From CPU, it's going to come to the front end. Now, disk has a bottleneck. It's not. Now, if you see from last 10 years, what is the change that has been made to the disk? There is not much advancements. But if you see the RAM, when you store data on RAM and when you store data on disk, when you try to access data on RAM, it is 1,000 times, or it is more than 1,000 to 10,000 times more performance than directly accessing data from disk. Now, whenever you have a huge number of records or a huge number of data that you want to access for your reporting, now when you store on RAM, now it can be very faster than disk-based RDBMS. Now, HANA is in-memory based RDBMS. So whatever data that we're going to access is residing on DRAM, not on disk. Now, this is traditional analytics that we're going to do. Now, in the traditional analytics, what are we doing? We're going to copy data from source, do ETL, copy the data to data warehousing, and then create index to improve the performance, aggregates to consolidate data, to give, it doesn't aggregates when you do, it doesn't have detailed data, but it consolidates, summarizes. Then it is passed on to the query results, and then again you do caching. Now, these are the different layers that you basically use on a traditional analytics. These are the different landscapes that you are using. Now, what is the disadvantage of this is it basically loses granularity. Why it loses granularity? Because data is aggregated. Now, if you see the disk has reached its limits. Now, there is no much significant improvement or no much improvement in disk based. Now, whenever data is stored on disk, it requires to store huge number of records, or if you store huge number of files on disk. Now, in order to process disk faster, you need to have more hardware. Now, also you have a latency between data creation and analytics. Now, data creation is on OLTP system. Now, you have to do batch processing. Now, only after the business hours, you're going to do ETL, get into data warehousing. Now, from there, you basically create index, do aggregates, performance tuning, and get data to the reporting. This is what we are doing in traditional analytics. Now, in-memory analytics. Now, let us see the in-memory analytics. So, in the future, so this is the cost of disk now. Now a terabyte of RAM now costs $4,900. Now maybe less by now because RAM prices fluctuate every month, or for that matter sometimes even days. So if you see in 1990s, the disk was costing, and the memory, there is a huge difference between a disk cost and the memory cost. Now if you see now disk and memory, there is no much price difference for a terabyte here. Now, what actually makes the difference is, previously if you want to store data on memory, it is going to cost you a lot. At the same time, in 2012, if you want to store the data on memory, it's going to cost you less. Now, even though you have a software in 1990s, even suppose say you already have an in-memory database in 1990s, if customers have to go and implement this, now what is it? A huge IT budget has to be allocated. Now, in this case, in 2012, the same RAM that was costing in 1990, the prices are decreased. Now this is the time for in-memory solutions because the RAM prices are basically decreasing. Now, what does this mean is, when you store data on disk, simple, when you store data on disk, it's going to take longer time. The same data if you store on memory, it's going to take shorter time. The only reason is disk is a bottleneck because it has RPM. It has to rotate and get data. It's a disk based. Now in memory, it is quite faster than you try to access the disk. So this is the speed that you have in here. Now disk based, it is going to take this nanoseconds, and then it's memory based. So there is almost a lot of difference between the access of data from disk based to the memory based solution. Now if you see, the HANA is called a high performance analytic appliance. Now you have an in-memory computing engine, you have a calculation engine to calculate, you have data management services. So SAP HANA is nothing but a in-memory database which has a calculation engine, which has in-memory computing engine. Also you have a studio to access database. Now, what is HANA as an appliance? A software plus hardware is nothing but an appliance. So in-memory computing engine is a software that is provided by SAP. Now hardware can be provided from different vendors. Now you can buy a hardware, and then if you try to order a software from SAP, it doesn't give you, because SAP basically gives the software to the preferred partners. Now those partners install the software on this hardware, and then they basically ship to the customer. That's why it is called as appliance. So software plus hardware shipped as an appliance to the customers. Now let us try to analyze why HANA is faster. Now one of the reasons is it's a column based. Now what does it mean? It's a column based or row based? Now let us see. Now suppose say this is a row based. Now if I'm trying to find an invoice, I need to go for each file and then search, and then try to take out the invoice from here. Now in this case, in my wife's filing system, now suppose it's a column based. Now I arrange all these files properly here, and then I give them a label. Now invoices are basically stored in the shelf. Now it is easier to pick up the data. Now whenever data is stored in the column based, now data is compressed. Now even when you try to access data from the column based, it is faster because it doesn't have to go to all the rows and all the columns in the table, search for those records. Now when you try to report on a row based, request will go sequentially. When you try to report on a column based, it goes parallel. It goes to the column, searches for the data, and gives the output. Now in this way, when storing in the database, it actually has a compression. Now when you have a compression, what does it happen? Now suppose say you're having 1 terabyte of data that is stored on disk. The same 1 terabyte of data, when you try to store on memory, it basically compressed to a 10x factor, maybe 100 GB. From 1 terabyte it goes to 100 GB. So there is a 10x compression. Now in this way, you can have tables in a column based. One is when a table is put in a column based, it has a compression. When you have a compression, it means you don't have to have higher memory. You can have a smaller memory. Now, if you store the same amount of data from disk to the memory, 1 terabyte of disk maybe cost you around, we have seen on the top. Now the same price you need to get for the memory. So the cost of hardware we are trying to reduce by doing compression. Same way, we are trying to do reporting. It is faster because it only goes to the same column and tries to pick up data. It doesn't go to all the columns and search for records. Now SAP HANA new landscape. So what is the new landscape that we have? This is the new landscape. So here this is the traditional analytics. So you have different layers. You need to process data, and then aggregates, caching, and then reporting. But in this case, you can directly access data in memory. So data will be stored on RAM and directly is available to the reporting. What does this mean? You are reducing the layers. You are reducing the redundant storage of data. Now, summary. What is the summary of this? So multi-core CPUs. So one board can have multiple CPUs. Each CPU can have multiple cores. Now, when you try to do massive parallel processing, or massive parallel processing is, suppose say you have a column called customer. Now you have about 1 billion customers in a customer column. Now the customer column is going to get partitioned. Now few cores and few processors or RAM will be allocated to that particular sector, and then it can read data parallelly from the same column. So this is called massive parallel processing. So in massive parallel processing, you can have multiple core CPUs and multiple CPUs on each motherboard, and one CPU can have multiple cores in it. Now also you can store tables in row and column store. Now column store, as you know, there's fast storage because it goes to the column that you're trying to report, not on the whole table. It's not going to scan the whole table. So compression. Now there are compression ratios when you store data in column, because whatever redundancy of data is there, now it stores at 1. If it does not have any primary key that has been changed, it means it only stores distinct values. So no aggregates. So you don't have to have redundant tables. No aggregate or something. You need to create another table where you need to do the summarization. No, you don't have to do that. Even you do not have to. There are non-metallized views, so no data duplication. So partitioning is to break larger tables into smaller tables based on time. Or suppose say you want to access based on a month, you can go for that particular partition and access data. So for larger data sets and complex computation, you can use partition. Then real-time replication. So whenever there are any changes in the source, at the same time data will be replicated into the OLAP systems. Now this is what we have the middle layer, the different mechanisms to replicate data from source. As you know, we have seen SAP LT. SAP LT is for system landscape transformation. It's a replication server from source. SAP LT is for SAP or non-SAP. It uses trigger-based mechanism to replicate data in real time, ETL, batch processing. That is SAP data services, but not in real time. It's batch. The HANA system. Also, you can use previous replication server, mainly used for non-SAP systems, based on log-based. It's a log-based technology, but it is real time. Now, HANA direct extract function, DXC. direct extractor connection. So direct extraction connection is where you already have a BW extractors in your source. So those extractors, normally what we do, we replicate those extractors, now get all the data and then do reporting in BW, right? Now you can directly bring those extractors into SAP HANA. Now whatever extractors results that when it produces data that it produces, you can use in HANA. It means so the logic that is already there, we can build it, we can get data from source and then report in HANA. Also, you can use event streams, Sybase event stream processor. Now, whenever there are events generated in the source, suppose say you are using a car and then temperature increases. Now you want to generate an event, right? Whenever there is a temperature increase more than 70, the event should be generated. Now those events also you can analyze in HANA. So event stream processor and Sybase application server are the product from Sybase. Now data services is a product from business objects. SAP direct extractor connection is leveraging the BW extractors. SAP LT replication server gets data in real time into SAP HANA. It can be used for both SAP or non-SAP, but it is trigger based. Now this is what SUSE Linux. So SAP HANA uses SUSE Linux operating system. Now this is what SUSE Linux looks like. So here you have SAP HANA Studio. Now this is the terminal, whether you want to on the HANA system or you want to off the HANA system, start HANA, stop HANA. You can directly do it in SUSE Linux. So this is what administrators have access to. But as a developers, we are going to directly access SAP HANA Studio, which is the front end of HANA. Now this is HANA Studio. The screen is HANA Studio. You have a model. You have different perspectives over here. You have a model perspective. You have an administrative perspective. Model perspective is where you can do modeling. You can create attribute views, analytic views, calculation views. You can create tables. You can create stored procedures. You can create column views. So all the views you can create here. Also, administrative views are mainly used for administrators to create users, to control the authorization. Now this is the picture is not so clear. So here you can write your select statement using an SQL script. So in HANA, we are going to use something called SQL script. Now here, what I'm trying to show you here is you have a table in ECC called MATNR, which is Material Master. And Material Master is it has a huge number of records. Now what I'm trying to show you here is when you try to access data from Material Master on a relational disk-based RDBMS, going to take longer time. The same data when you try to replicate into SAP HANA using SAP SLP or data services, when you try to execute the data, it is quite faster. It is 1,000 times more faster. Now this is a HANA Studio. So here we are seeing a model perspective. This is what developers are going to use. So you have new analytic view, calculation view that you can create to create views, and then you can get data from the source. You can do data provisioning. Data provisioning is what extraction. Data modeling is what you build models, and then reporting is used in SAP Business Objects. Now if you see here, the size of the disk is 357 GB. So the same data when you try to basically store in memory, the data is being reduced because it is a column store. Now if a table is a column store, the data that you store on disk is huge. Now it reduces when it stores on memory. That's what I'm trying to show you here. Now, so this is the time it takes 1 millisecond to basically report on MATNR, the matter table that we are going to report. Now, so when you try to retrieve 37 summarized rows, now it basically reads from 20 million records. It takes around 12 milliseconds. Now the same size of data on disk is about 3.5. 3.5. Now what it means is when you're trying to report on the same data, here it is going to take 40 seconds. The same data if you're trying to report on memory, it's going to take 12 milliseconds. So HANA is over 1,000 times faster when you try to report on memory. And data is also compressed more than 5 times in HANA. The same data that we stored on disk-based RDBMS, when they store on in memory, the data is 5 times lesser than we store on disk-based RDBMS. Now there is a retailer basically doing a predictive analysis. Now we have 70 retailers and there are 450 billion records. The data is 70 terabyte. Now to eliminate the stock during promotion, now previously they used to have, they reduced around 5 to 2 days when they try to implement SAP HANA. So the time itself is reduced when they try to do new insights. Now you also have a water bottling company called Non-Food Spring. Now Non-Food Spring, when they try to report on a particular, when they try to report on Oracle database, it used to take them 24 hours to generate a report. Now the same report, now it is generating on HANA, it only takes 3.8 seconds. So there is an improvement of 15,000 times. So there is an improvement of 50,000 times. So this is the improvement that HANA shows as an in-memory database. Now let us see SAP HANA loading data using SAP data services. Now as you know, SAP data services is an ETL tool which gets data in batch mode. So data services is over here. So it's a middle layer. So what are the different data provisionings that we have? We can either use SAP Business Objects Data Services to get data from source to load to HANA. You can use SAP SLT to get data in real time, and also you can use SAP Site-Based Application Server also in real time. So data services is batch mode, SAP SLT is real time, as well as Site-Based is real time. SLT can get data, basically it's optimized for SAP systems. Now SAP Site-Based Application Server is optimized for non-SAP systems. Now still licensing is being worked out for SAP Site-Based for Oracle and IBM DB2. Still they are working out the licensing issues still they have with Oracle and IBM DB2. Now SLT is a tool directly from SAP. You can either use for SAP or non-SAP. Both are real-time replication tools. But most popular tool is SLT. But for now, still there have been talks with Oracle and IBM to work out the licensing over there. So this is the flow in SAP data services. This is the source that you have. This is the query transform, and this is the target. Now you can directly import the data from source. If you run a job, you can get data from the source and then to the target. Now this target is nothing but HANA database. Now there is a template table. When you get data from source and then put it into the template table, it creates a table in SAP HANA database. To execute the job over here, so it is for SAP data services. Now it creates a table over here. It creates the table. So this is the table which is created here. Now, so this is what SAP data services source to target. So this is the data that it has loaded, including the metadata. So introduction to BI, business intelligence introduction. Now these are the different databases it has, and then business objects can do reporting. Now it uses something called universe. Universe is a semantic layer. It can connect to one source or multiple sources, and then you can do the reporting here. I'm going on a very high level, but in future we are going to see all these tools in a very detailed level. Now, just now we saw a demo on this screenshots. Data services gets data, and then the table is created in HANA, which is on in-memory. Now, business objects BI can report on that particular table. Now, in business objects BI, you have different reporting tools called Web Intelligence, Digital Reports, Dashboard, Explorer, Mobile, Widgets, Live Office, Analysis, and then you have CMT and BI Platform, BI Launchpad. So these are the different tools that we have from business objects portfolio. So each tool has a different importance. Web Intelligence is used for ad hoc reporting, digital for pixel formatted reports, dashboards, highly aggregated view of data, Explorer. Can do Google type search on data, mobile. You can get data into a mobile using mobile apps. Widgets. You can create widgets to have continuous look on data. Live Office, basically a plugin, which connects to different Microsoft tools. You have Analysis Office. It uses OLAP. It's a web-based tool. CMC is used for administration, and then BI Launchpad is a single platform where all these tools will be integrated into the Launchpad. You can access reports in Launchpad. This is the end user interface, end user UI. Now you have CMC. In CMC, you have to use the authentication. Once the authentication is given, you can log on. Here. The CMC is nothing but it's an administration, business objects BI. Now you also have BI Launchpad. BI Launchpad is the end user tool where whatever reports that are created by the developer, you can use it in BI Launchpad. So these are the different reporting tools that we have here. So on the high level, so you have different folders. In these different folders, you have different reports here. Now to execute one of the report, this is the digital report, profit and loss statement. Now data that is been published here is getting from HANA database. So HANA, how it gets data? Using different data provisioning techniques. If it is a batch processing, data services. If it's a real time, and then from SAP, use SLT. If it is a non-SAP, and even though you want real time, use Sybase application server. SAP also can get data from non-SAP system, but it uses figure-based technology. So this is the report that is getting the in-memory database, that is from HANA database. Okay. Now let us log on to the CMC. It's an administrative console, maintenance, do monitoring, do auditing. So this is it's an administrative web access that you can do different administration in the central management console. Now let us see what business WebI can do. WebI is a tool for ad hoc reporting. Now in WebI, you can access to SAP HANA using a semantic layer. Now semantic layer is a middle layer. Now whenever you want to access data in WebI, you have to go through a semantic layer, or you can directly access web text, that is BW query designers. Also you can access files. Also here, now this is the universe. Now whatever I'm showing you here, the semantic layer is nothing but it is universe over here. You can get data from universe, Excel, X. So these are the different means to get data into web intelligence. Now we can select the universe. This is the once you select the universe, these are the different objects you have in there. Different folders, we have different objects like region, country. So this is what we are trying to import the metadata from SAP HANA system. Because it's a reporting tool, you need to get all the metadata via universe from HANA. Now you can drag and drop all these objects here and then execute. You can use different prompts to restrict data. Once you execute, the data is going to come mainly for ad hoc reporting for users. Now you can also generate graphs reporting on HANA database. So finally a report is going to get generated like this on this metadata and data you directly getting from HANA database. So Business Objects Explorer is a Google-like search tool. Now you can also search objects. Now you see it can directly connect to HANA. But in case of web intelligence, it has to connect to semantic layer. Semantic layer connects to HANA system. But in this case, in HANA you can directly access. You can directly access to Explorer. So Explorer can directly report on HANA. No need to go through semantic layer. You can directly report from HANA. So use the username and password. Now once it is executed, you have a report like this. Now you can do search type analysis. You can do search on objects, as well as you can do search on data. Now when you do sales, it basically gives out it search for the sales report. Now once it gives out the sales report, also you can also search on different metadata, or you can also search for data that is being present in the metadata. So this is the artifacts that is displayed over here. So you have employee, supervisor, year, quarter. Now you can do different filters. You can access. So this is the reporting interface for Business Object Explorer. So you can generate different graphs. Now directly reporting all this data from SAP HANA database. Now Business Objects BI can also connect to HANA. One is Web Intelligence, used for ad hoc analysis. Business Object Explorer to get data from HANA. Also you can create dashboards. The dashboards, you're going to use a tool called Dashboard Designer. So you can create a dashboard like this using the Dashboard Designer. Now all this data again comes from SAP HANA. Now these are different dashboards that you have. You can have a single view of all the data here. Now Business Objects Live Office is a plugin where you can connect to different Microsoft tools. So Business Objects Live Office, when you try to log in, you can try to connect to Crystal reports, you can connect to interactive analysis, Web Intelligence, you can try to connect to Universe. So you can access different metadata, objects. You can use all these objects, execute. Now this is the result. Now this result again comes from HANA. Now this is an Excel interface. Now previously you have a dashboard, and then you are also using Business Object Explorer. Prior to that, we just saw Web Intelligence for ad hoc analysis. Now this is the data that you have in here. Also, you can export this data into PowerPoint. Also, you have Business Object widget. Now you can create widgets, keep it on your desktop. You can do continuous monitoring. So what is happening in the share market? You can see different analysis. You can see different graphs. So the data is shown in the real time in the widget. So Business Objects Mobile for iPhone. Now you can also access Business Objects data using an iPhone. Now you have different apps. Now you have an app over here. You click on this app. You can access data that you actually created in Business Objects BI. So this is Business Objects Explorer, but you're accessing data from mobile. So this mobile application is a other tool. It is a GUI-based tool, not a web-based tool. It can get data from HANA, CSV, freehand SQL. It can get data from Universe. This is a newly introduced tool from SAP. Freehand SQL, you can connect to different SQL databases. You can write a custom code and then export this data to Visual Intelligence, and then you can do the reporting over there. Use maps So this is what visual intelligence can do. So in this course, we are going to see whatever I shown on the slides. We're going to develop all these things using SAP Business Objects BI platform, and then we are also going to see data services. We will see SLT, we will see Cypress application server, Business Objects mobile, and also try to get data from different source systems, that is ECC, and get data from non-SAP systems. You can get in real time or in batch process. You can. We'll also see BW on HANA. So how BW the introduction about HANA is. Any questions? You can raise questions. I will try to answer your questions. Yeah, I will. So in the course curriculum, as a part of HANA course curriculum, I'll start with the introduction of HANA. Then slowly we'll move on to data provisioning, how to create models in HANA, how to use different data provisioning techniques, SAP data services, SQL, SLT, Cypress application server, how to create attribute views, analytic views, calculation views. We'll write a logic in SQL script, and also do reporting on business objects BI, leverage for the existing BW customers who are on Oracle database. And we'll also see SAP HANA administration as a part of this course. So please raise your questions if you have answered those questions.
Unmuted.
Yeah, please tell me.
Hello. Me?
I can hear you, please. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I have 5 years experience in ERP, functional side. Whether now can I change my career from ERP functional side to this career like SAP HANA? I have experience in query, little bit query writing and
ERP. What was the ERP that you were working on?
like I worked in 2 ERP product. One is like a desktop application, like a separate EXE, but currently working in Datadux. The ERP name is Datadux, which is Italian product. It's similar to SAP, we can say.
Okay. Now, thing is, SAP, SAP can learn by everyone, because a lot of people coming from mainframe recently, who have trained a lot of people from non-SAP. It's not necessarily that they have to have SAP knowledge, but the only thing is you need to put a little more effort. That's what is required. So whatever we discuss in the during the course, that should be more than sufficient, because I start from the basics. So what is the table?
Yeah,
I start from basic. What is a between column oriented, row oriented? What is compression? What is partition? What are indexes? What are aggregates? We start from very basics in a very low level. Then slowly we will move on to SAP HANA, which is an in-memory-based solution. Then what you can do in HANA, what are the different reporting tools. As you know, you already have knowledge in SQL. Yeah, so that should be a very good start. It doesn't really matter from which application you are, what application that you are using. But the only thing is, because I basically start from basics, and then we see very advanced topics.
Okay.
Actually, this is Dilabarasan. From my side, there is a query. I'm not much well-versed with this query and all, but I know basics of BA actually. I have done one full cycle BA, data extraction, and up to reporting level I have done BA cycle.
Excellent. Now, if you that is actually very good. Now, when I start teaching, actually, so suppose when I say data is flowing from this system to this system, and from again we are getting data from this system, we are doing reporting. You can understand if data is flowing and we are trying to report. So trying to understand me, that should be more than sufficient.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. And also I am having a certain experience in third-party system, which is data transferring related only, which is we will call it as host auto. It's a kind of automation tool where data from one system to other system based on triggering the data will flow, which will come to some certain place like a file, and then later on it will transfer based on the query what we are giving to the database. And again, the same data will come back and trigger to the another database, and it will execute here. Like that, I have a relational idea about all those things. But when I come across your session, hello. There are so many other.
Office la irukran konja nerathula kelambara 10 மணிக்கு பக்கமா கிளம்பிரோம். ஆபீஸ்ல தான் இருக்கற ஒரு டெமோ போயிட்டு இருக்கு. டெமோ SAP டெமோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். அத முடிச்சிட்டு நான் வந்தறேன்.
Please unmute yourself.
Pichu.
Please mute yourself when you talk.
Okay. Let me continue. Pichu.
Yeah.
Please, if you are speaking, put your thing on mute. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mute panna pesitting.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me continue. There are several possibilities of HANA usage, as I understood from you, and whether how the people expect HANA, whether we should be expert in all those areas or specific areas the requirement will be. How can we fit for all those things?
Yeah, very good question. So what I suggest you is, as you are from, you understand what is reporting, you know what is data provisioning, you know, you understand data modeling. So you know, the year of 2013 is going to have a market for BW on HANA, as well as reporting, as well as extraction. Now, whatever we see here, even though HANA can support multiple applications, because you know every database can support any application for that matter. But HANA mainly used for BW on HANA. Now we are going to generate. Now BW is one area where there is a lot of focus, because BW is an enterprise data warehousing. Now in the enterprise data warehousing, what happens is all the customers are on Oracle database. The issue here is most of the customers are unhappy, not because of SAP BW, but the performance that is given out when it's doing reporting. Now, if a particular report takes around 3 to 4 hours, which was generating previously, now in HANA when it executed, it takes only 2 milliseconds. Now that is the kind of performance that it gives. Now, if you see 2013, most of the customers are going for BW on HANA, and also business objects BI reporting on BW. So what I basically suggest is the course that we are going to see is basically we are going to learn from HANA database. The database itself we are going to learn. Now, you can also keep experience in BW, you can also keep experience in the BODS, because I'm going to the course curriculum will be the part of this. So either you can apply. Now what I'm basically trying to tell you is, now you are trying to learn SAP HANA, which is a DB, which is a database. Also you are trying to learn SAP BODS, which is an ETL tool. Now also you are trying to learn SAP BW, which is a modeling tool. And also you are learning SAP BOBI, which is a reporting tool. Now more than this, no one is going to expect. This is for ETL, to get data from source system to the target. Now this is the modeling, where you're going to create DSOs and source cubes, and also you're going to do it in SAP HANA DB, creation of analytic views. Now if you have a combination of all these things, now there's a lot of chance, and then a lot of customers are going to migrate in 2013. Now there are about 20,000 customers on BW. Now if you see SAP Q4 results recently published, about 1,000 customers have already migrated to HANA. Now in that 800 customers are only from BW side, BW on HANA.
Okay.
So we are going to learn SAP HANA DB, and then BW on HANA, and then BODS, which is an ETL tool, and BOBI, and including you will have an edge when you have SLT, which is a real-time work which works on a trigger-based. Okay. So every tool, if you see in the market, you have a modeling. You should have a modeling tool. Once you build the metadata, data should be brought from different source systems and keep in those models. Now, suppose say modeling is something like a bottle which doesn't have any water. Yeah, right. Bottle is only a container, right? Right. So when you bring water into the bottle, it's nothing but you're bringing content to the containers. You're bringing data. From data, you bring basically through ETL, extract, transformation, and load. Now, BODS is a tool that is actually used for ETL. Now, it's a very popular tool. Now, again, once you model and then you bring data into these models, you need to do reporting for the content to give this report to the end users. Now, to have a modeling tool, you have basically sits on HANA. Right. Okay. So when you have this combination, it should be it's a very good combination, I suggest. Yeah. It's an excellent combination. Now there is a huge demand for this combination. Yeah. So that is what we have seen here. I will show you here. Now recently, two guys got one guy got an IBM and BW on HANA. HANA database. You see my screen, right? This is a HANA database. Now you have SAP data services as a ETL. You have Sybase application server. You have SLT. Now this is BW here, which is a source system. Now BW will directly come on HANA. Now if you see my, just I will show you the slides here. I have different slides. That is for tomorrow's class. I just kept here. So tomorrow we are going to see this. Now please see, this is a side-by-side scenarios. Side-by-side scenarios where you have business suite of application to get data into HANA. You can have BW side-by-side application, you can get data to HANA. And also you can have a business suite and get data to HANA. So we can have above you can build different applications on HANA. So these are the different platforms. You see SAP HANA Platform Edition, Enterprise Edition, Solution Perspective. This is for reporting, and this is for BW data services will be here. Extended application. So here you're going to see as a database, the course. So here you're going to see as HANA Enterprise Edition. Now you're going to see direct extracted data service reporting solution from HANA. So there is nothing more that SAP offers more than this. So that's what we are discussing here. So BODS, BW, BOBI, SAP HANA DB. You got right? So any more questions? Please ask me.
Yeah, I did. And about how to practice it, because this is a huge actually, right from scratch, from basics, even step by step. If we are going, we have to practice to get the perfection or to the level of expectation by the company. For that, what is the option you are going to provide to us?
Actually, we have an online service. So whatever I teach in class should be more than sufficient, because it's not that I'm telling like this. That's what people have told me. So whatever we teach, whatever we try to focus, whatever mission, because it's new product, and what I'm trying to say is the product is new. So it has different integrations. Now it has integration with SAP, it has integration with non-SAP. You have different middle layer tools like data services, landscape transformation. Now really to understand this, as you told, practice, a lot of practice is necessary. So whenever we teach in class, you try to follow those steps and then do hands-on. That should be more than sufficient actually. You need a sincere effort. That is most necessary.
Yeah, that's understood. That's important.
Yeah.
Or do you have any server like that?
Yeah, we have server side. We have BW on HANA server, we have SLT, we have data services. Whatever we are showing you here, 64 GB RAM.
We can use for practice, no, that server.
Yeah, you can use the practice. We're going to use the server for practice.
I mean,
We're going to provide the server for practice.
The course content, you will provide course materials, right?
Yeah, we are going to provide course material. We are going to provide SAP material directly from SAP. So whatever SAP is teaching, so we are going to provide you that material along with the server access.
Okay. And
the server access duration, like any
server access duration.
Yeah.
Any restriction over there?
Yeah, actually, these things I think the administration will discuss with you, because I am just an inspector over here.
Okay.
And my thing is only to teach class. So maybe I'll just tell them.
Yeah.
Maybe you can ask these questions
Yeah,
to the classes. They will discuss in detail with you how we can do this. Because this question are probably not the right person. I'm not the right person.
Yeah, understand.
And one important query is that several systems are involved. The server administrator or the administrative person may be involved in the connectivity related things like adapters and other things that they will look after, and we are only the developer who will work on systems. Is it right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because there will be some administrators who will actually take care of installation, hardware configuration, and integration. We are only the consultants, HANA consultants.
Okay. So we are handling the front end only.
Yeah, but still I will run through all those topics.
Okay. As it is a new, normally the company may try to recruit a single person who could handle all those things. I'm not 100% right, maybe.
Yeah, but it depends on role that you're going to add. Suppose say you are a solution architect. Now you're trying to architect the whole solution, and then you will basically learn all these tools. Now suppose you're going as a consultant, probably an ETL tool, the data services, modeling in HANA and business objects, BI reporting. That should be more than enough. Now if you have a larger teams, now you'll only work on a specific area, maybe reporting tool, maybe on data services, maybe on HANA. It depends on project to project. But here we are going to learn the whole solution as HANA. But when coming to the job role, it differs. Maybe one person can work. Maybe the project is huge. Maybe they may recruit 5 to 6 persons. It depends on project size. Now, if it is a small project, maybe 1 person should be sufficient. If it's a larger project, maybe Nike or Walmart, maybe 20 to 25 consultants will be there. Yeah? Hello?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. No problem.
Any other questions you have?
Yeah, it's fine.
Fine?
I think elevation can offline, I think.
Yeah, probably got disconnected.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Okay.
Yeah, actually we are very thankful for taking your valuable time. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
The organizer has ended the session, and this